What's going on, Empire? How y'all doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Wait, come, you're already losing your attention span? What the fuck? All right, here, I got you. Can you watch this while I talk, please? Is that okay with you? Thank you, I appreciate it. But I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, because I know you did. Now I'm gonna start this video off with a question, and then I might give you some answers. 100 men or one gorilla? I know we've been hearing about it. I know. I'm gonna give you my answer, and then I'm gonna give you my reason as to why I think gorilla wins every single time. Of course, gorilla wins every single time, and I'm gonna prove to you why. Because when I think gorilla, this is the one I'm thinking of. You can't tell me that this guy is not whooping 100 normal everyday men's ass on a regular basis. As we're talking, he's carrying two.
Count 'em, 2.
Look like dictators in his hands right now. He's getting shot up by planes. He's stomping on police cars, destroyed one helicopter. Nothing's phasing him. So if all that is not going to destroy this motherfucker, what do you think 50 of me and then 50 of your little brother's gonna do? Not a goddamn thing. Okay. In all seriousness, I still think gorilla will win, but let's talk about this tattoo. This is in the style of American traditional, which I guess by definition is thick single pass lines and limited color palette. This design is not far off of that. It does have thick lines. I cannot tell you if they're single pass or not. It does have a limited color palette. So from what I see, it is black, red, green, yellow. Perfect. My problem with this is I think it could have been drawn just a smidge better. I'm not the biggest fan of the mouth region. I feel like you could have got away with not coloring the lips red like that. I can't stop looking at his nipples. Do with that what you wish. And I just, honestly, I'm gonna say this. I might be a little bit biased because as a whole, I'm not a fan of American traditional tattoos. I'm just not. To me, they just look like bad stickers. You just place them on. There's no like flow to them. I just don't think they're appealing, if that makes sense. So bias aside, this even with my bias, this is not a horrible tattoo. Let me say that. Do I think it's a good tattoo? Not really, but that's my bias coming in. And I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers and one thumb on that hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, and I would assume one thumb on that hand. Yeah, okay, never mind. I can't go to bat for this tattoo anymore. The guy that it's on, pretty fucking jacked. If you see this, my brother, I'm sorry. Don't come for me. Just try to get your money back. Now let's move forward before he finds my address. Do I gotta keep playing the Subway Surfer on the side for you to continue to watch this video? Let me know now. I'll leave it on for like another segment, but I'm not gonna leave it on for this whole video. Nah, fuck that. I'm taking it off now. If you cannot stand watching a almost 20-minute video, I don't know how long the video is going to be yet, but average 20-minute video without having to have an external thing to keep your attention, I think that's a you problem, not me. So let's try to get better at that, shall we? We're not squirrels. We're not kids. We're adults. I hope so. I don't plan to make these videos for children. As far as I know, the only children that watch these videos are mine. And I think I'm okay with that. I don't say nothing too crazy. And anything that I do say on this video is tame compared to how I really talk in real life. So if you want your kids to watch this, by all means, just don't blame me if they have a potty mouth when they get older. But yeah, fix your attention span. Read a book, touch grass, all that. Speaking of touching, I don't know if that's the transition I wanted, but speaking of touching, let's look at this video. Yeah, that's what I would have did. Like, why the fuck are you wiping my neck so aggressively and so many times with a dry paper towel? We all know dry wipe is only during the tattoo process, so you don't wipe away the stencil. This tattoo is finished. Why are you still wiping it with a dry paper towel? You trying to call me a bitch to my face or something? You think I'm not gonna do nothing about this? That's crazy work. Yeah, bro, you're not, after that, you're not getting paid. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Just over and over and over again. And he only shows a millisecond of the finished product. But like we know, I'm able to scrub through and pause and zoom in to these videos so we can actually see what's going on. First and foremost, it doesn't look like he shaved the back of the neck, of the area. He might have, and only shaved exactly where the tattoo is going to be. But when you're shaving the skin in preparations to tattoo it, I would always suggest to shave at least an inch to 2 inches above or around where the tattoo is supposed to be. That way, just in case you want to add a little extra shading, or if it's, you know, not exactly centered where you want it to be, you have that space of fresh skin, of no hair, so you don't have to worry about going back and shaving or not caring and then tattooing into hair. So I think he either didn't shave at all or he shaved as a minimal as he possibly could. Then with wings like this, especially when they are in the middle of a area, you usually want them to be symmetrical, right? Right, I'm glad we agree. These are not symmetrical wings. And the easiest way to get symmetrical stuff in general, no matter what it is draw half of it, then copy it. However you make a copy of that one half, flip it around. It should be a perfect replica every single time. If it is not, I don't think I can help you. But as we see here, how would you be looking at this on camera? I'm looking at it like this, you'll be seeing it the same way. So the right wing is bigger, just so slightly bigger than the left wing. I'm not sure if that was a stencil mistake or a tattoo mistake. Besides that, the wings themselves, there's no real detail into it. And what I think the reason why there's no detail in it is because he tried to put too much detail into it. In such a small tattoo, the best way to go about it is the smaller it is, the less detail it needs. So instead of putting 20 feathers in one row and then having 3-4 rows, what it looks like, he could have did 5-6 feathers and 2 rows. That would have made it look more like a wing than it does now. Then the shading that he added to this, it's not symmetrical from one wing to the other. It's kind of just thrown in there willy-nilly, like it's not structured. He just one corner pretty much just black halfway through, and that was pretty much it. It doesn't look like he tried. He kind of gave up after that stencil got fucked up. Why the fuck can I never talk? I swear I'm smarter than this, but when it comes to saying words, they just don't come out right. They don't flow right. My recommendation, that sounds so weird, is to next time make sure that they are symmetrical, put less detail into it so it would look better, shave a larger area than you expect to be tattooing, and 4, when you're done with the tattoo, wet the paper towel so that you're not causing excruciating pain to your clients at the end of the tattoo. You already done enough throughout the tattoo. I know y'all missed that, huh? I don't know if I've purposely not been putting on chapstick throughout these videos, or if I just happen to not have been doing it, or I might have been cutting it out. You'll never know, and I don't remember. So have any of you guys gotten a tattoo from somebody that is addicted to something? Like, I know a lot of older people, maybe like the generation before mine, a lot of their stories are getting tattooed by somebody that is actively on some kind of substance. And when I say that, I don't mean a light one. I mean a harder substance. Peanut butter and crap. I don't think too many tattoo artists are like that nowadays. As we know, in nowadays society, drinking and smoking marijuana is like the thing to do, apparently, for everybody, anybody, at any time, at all times, because no one has any control over themselves and can't handle life without an external force making their life easier to get through. If you take that the wrong way, by all means, I meant it that way. But the reason why I bring this up is because I think if you're in the middle of a job, a tattoo, whatever you do, I don't think it's professional to be under the influence before or during doing whatever job you're doing. After, I guess, do whatever you want. It's your life. If you want to die early, that's on you. But as respect towards your client, being drunk or high before or during the tattoo, I don't think I would never allow that, I guess. Like, I would never let my tattoo artist do that. If I'm going to get a tattoo and you come in drunk, especially drunk, because that's like, the fuck you doing with your life at this point? Because my tattoos are always booked for the morning. So if you're drunk in the morning, I don't think you need to be tattooing. You need to go to AA. But when it comes to smoking weed, like I said, everybody does it. So it's kind of to be expected at this point. But if you are so bad into the smoking part that you cannot finish a tattoo without taking multiple breaks in between just so you can continue to smoke and be high, just quit. Just stop doing it. Just go be a crackhead like you want to be, apparently, and leave these clients alone so that we can go get good tattoos by a good artist that has better morals. With that being said, this guy, he kind of has his priorities in check, but at the same time, I also would not allow it as a client. Let's go ahead and watch. Yeah, real quick, real short. If you're so down bad that you have to hook up a rig just so you can hit your vape while you're doing a tattoo, I don't know, man. I think you're just kind of lost in the sauce at this point. And to me, I think the crazy part is my principles are different than most people. So I know most of the people that have seen this video only thought that was cool. I don't know. I think it just brings something out in me where I'm like, you're just a fucking degenerate. I don't see why people cannot sit to get a tattoo for any amount of time and you cannot not smoke during that process. You have to smoke or vape or drink during this process. Do you go any amount of time without doing these things? I don't know. My rule is you cannot vape, smoke, drink in my tattoo area at all. So if you want to do any of those things, you have to leave my building in order to do so. But again, that's probably because of my own priorities, my own principles, that I just don't think people should be doing it anyway. So definitely don't do it while you're getting a tattoo. I mean, at least he's using his head and he has it hooked up so he doesn't have to touch it throughout the tattoo, and he doesn't really have to take a break. I don't know. People do what they're gonna do. It is what it is. Yeah, let's move on. I think I'm done being judgmental at this point. So let's look at a scary thing. I'm realizing all these videos are short. Like, the time of these actual videos are pretty short. So, okay, let's do this one step by step. Chucky, well, what you know is supposed to be Chucky before, definitely needs the touch up and or cover up. Not questioning that at all. But let's move it forward. Okay. See, I kind of like when they do the before, the stencil, the after. I never do, just because I always forget to take a picture of the stencil. But with that being said, I think this needed a stencil. Freehanding this, I don't think helped you. Sometimes you can do it, like if the original tattoo, it has the bones for it, like, you know, everything is where it's supposed to be. It's just like too light or a little bit scarred or something like that. But the bones are generally where they need to be and how they're supposed to be. Yes, you could freehand a little bit with marker and then just touch it up, darken it where it's needed. But something like this one, the original didn't have a good foundation to begin with. So for the new guy to freehand and pretty much just redo it without fixing the structure of Chucky was more of a hindrance than a help. And here's the end result. And this is why I say, yes, it does look better. I'm not taking that away from the guy. It looks a little bit better. It's darker. The shadows are where they're supposed to be, so on and so forth. But the shape of Chucky's individual traits are not where they're supposed to be or how they're supposed to be, because he only fixed what was there originally. If he made a brand new stencil, because I'm pretty sure you could find this same picture somewhere on the internet, if he made a brand new stencil and then placed it on top of the original, he could have gotten a far better end result than what he has here. Specifically, the shape of the eyes are not doing any favors at all. The shape of the head is not doing any favors. And the hair, I've done plenty of Chucky's. The hair doesn't look like Chucky's hair. It looks like he's a greaser from the 70s. Low-key looks like Stewie Griffin and the Hunchback of Notre Dame had a baby. But that's really all I had to say about this tattoo. Like I said, it is definitely not the worst. It's very passable. I think just the process of not making a brand new stencil with a new reference held him back a little bit when it came to the finished product, but that's something you can think about and put into effect next time. Now, as we all know, I feel like most tattoo artists tattoo themselves at one point in their career, mostly in the beginning of it, just because they're using it for practice. They get to connect how it feels to how it's supposed to be, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. I've tattooed myself quite a few times, and I actually plan on tattooing myself more in the hopefully near future when I get the balls to do so. And obviously the reason why I bring that up is because I have a video for you of someone tattooing themselves, maybe not in the best predicament. Let me get your opinion. Again, pretty short video. Like I said, we all tattoo ourselves. It's kind of just, it comes with the territory. So thought process for me was, I want to, okay, like I said, I tattoo myself, right? I did them on my legs. So far, I only have the inside of my calf area tattooed, and that is because that's the area that I can get to comfortably. I would like to have more leg tattoos, but I don't want to start them or do them on any other area of my leg because I'm not flexible enough to do so. And I know it will be too much of a hassle than it would be to just pay somebody else to do it. So when I see him doing this area, the back of his thigh, mind you, back of his thigh, how many people can see the back of their thigh without a mirror? I don't think very many. And if you can, it's not easy. So this, I was like, okay, your neck's gonna be very sore by the end of this, but if you could do it in this position, by all means, bro, do what you gotta do. And I know he was having trouble. I just know it. We fast forward a little bit. He has some of it done, but not a lot. And I can almost guarantee, like I said, I've tattooed myself. I've actually tattooed my chest as well, which is relatively easy because it's still in the front of my body. But me being left-handed and I was tattooing my left pec, I can only I could get to it, but you see how my hand kind of chicken wings like that? It's not proper form to tattoo. So I was only able to do the middle-ish part of my chest, which was the most comfortable to get to, but because it is still awkward and technically like backwards the way I have to look at it, either down or in a mirror, something that would have took me an hour on somebody else took me 5-6 hours. It's fucking ridiculous. So being in a compromising position makes you take far more time than you think. So at this point, he's probably, if he's doing it any quicker than 2 hours at this point, I applaud him. But then of course we move forward just a little bit. And my guy is folded like a pretzel. This shit is crazy. I can't. I mean, if you're gonna do it, I guess. But the fact that he recorded and posted this, yeah, man, you're a man amongst men for sure. I think that. Oh shit. I think this is so funny to me because I'm a very hairy guy. I don't know if I've told you that before, but I am. I'm pretty fucking hairy and I don't like hair, especially on myself. So I grow a lot of hair on my thighs, and every blue moon, I take the clippers and I trim up some hair here and there, manscape if you will. And and I've never done this, but when I have to shave the back of my thigh, when I have to shave the back of my thigh, I am folded up like crazy. Just have my leg on the counter, trying to get every little angle to make sure I don't have just a fucking strip on the back of my leg, because I be in the gym, so I like to wear the little booty shorts, okay? And I don't need to be walking around with an unknowing strip of hair going down the back of my thigh. So yeah, man, this shit just cracks me. Shit just cracks me up. It doesn't show the end result. Sadly, again, I didn't look at his page at all, so I don't know what his work really looks like. But from here, it looks saturated. It looks relatively clean. But yeah, that's really all I had to say at this point. My guy's flexible. He's flexible as shit. The only way I'm flexible like this is during extracurricular adult activities. Any other time, you'd be lucky if I could touch my toes. But yeah, now that I had a nice chuckle, I think I'm ready to end this video so I can continue my day with a smile on my face. Remember, I haven't been saying it lately, but I think I should say it on this one. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it to somebody that you think will get a laugh out of this. And if you do share it and they don't like it, it's not your fault. Trust me, they just have a horrible personality. And I don't think you should be friends with them anymore. I'm the only friend you need anyway, you know? Like, at this point, y'all know a lot about me. So you could just consider me a friend. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys with I love you guys more than this guy loves doing Pilates. Thank you, bye.